You don't know the Robinsons?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Maybe I do, but yeah. Swinson, that sounds familiar.
From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm. They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream. But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. Where desert-born warriors break the mold. The Basha Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin to stampede. The Campo Verde Coyotes own the night under the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparrals, Firebirds, there's no turning back. The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The desert fist of thunder is bringing the spice. A clash of the titans, a battle of might. Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. From Flagstaffs to Avalanche, a flurry of white, to the Hamilton Huskies, ready for the fight. The mountain.
Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to the Ice Den in Chandler, East Rink tonight, as we have a high school hockey game on tonight in the D2 division here in Arizona hockey. We've got the Corona Aztecs playing the Campo Verde Coyotes. These are the number 5 and 6 teams in the D2 division playing off against each other tonight, just 1 point separating them. Coyotes coming in on a one-game winning streak. Corona, their last game, they lost that one, so they're on a 1-game losing streak. So let's see what happens here tonight. Play is underway. Coyotes in the light home jerseys. Jackert fires in, blocker save. That goes right up into the netting behind the goal. And Swinson, one of the 2 netminders for Corona here tonight. One of 2 Swinson. Is that what's going on?
Actually, he forgot his jersey. He's borrowing one. This is Antonio Blair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
It was we were trying to figure out what was happening because there was two Swinson jerseys. Anyways, here comes Corona now up through the middle. Campo picks it up there. Gauthier with it. Backhands it across over to Ewert here. He comes up the right side, up over the blue line. Dumps it in to the, that's no icing. And Corona picks it up behind their goal. Fires it to the point, but not out. Gauthier fires it in off the body. Stepped in. Here's Phillips with it into the corner. Aztecs pick it up there. Send it up. Kept in by Gauthier. Fires a low shot right on. Tipped in behind the goal. Puck comes around the boards. Kept in to Gauthier again. Goes across to Ewert. He loses it. And Corona clears it down the ice. And goaltender, that's Matt Yonke down there in goal for the Coyotes. Puck fired around. Corona keeps it in. Puck along the boards. Lopez battling for it. And here comes Ewert now, wearing the C, coming over the blue line and on the right side, fire right in. And Corona goaltender, and who is it tonight?
Antonio Blair.
Antonio Blair. Okay, makes the stop.
Wearing one of the sponsor jerseys.
Yep.
So for the Coyotes, we have Helvik up front with Reinhardt on the right and Lopez on the left. Kept in by Cavanis right on. Puck just popped loose slightly, and then it's covered. And we'll do that face-off again here in the Corona zone to the right of their goal. Lawrence out on D for Corona. Duffy in for the draw. Helvik for the Coyotes.
Oh, looks like we have Duffy, who is normally a deep man, but playing center right now.
Corona dumps it into the corner to the left of Yankee. Fired around to Reinhardt. He tried to hit Helvik. Now he's got it. Helvik has Lopez on the left side, coming in now over the blue line. He's got Helvik in the middle, taps it over, fires it in, he scores! Helvik, pass from Lopez. Nice pass by Lopez right across Helvik. Smith was actually in on that play as well, and driving to the net. And the Coyotes are up here early with the opening goal of the game.
Lawrence there at the blue line tried to jump in front and intercept the pass, but it bounced over his stick. So they end up with an odd man rush. Not a smart play right there.
Lindsay now has it. He dumps it into the corner. We got Lindsay out there with Bannon and Guevara. Puck comes back for the right D. Fired in by Smith. Oh, that just goes wide. Cavanis moves in. He's wearing the A tonight. We got the letters on the jerseys now. Bannon over on the half board. Puck comes back to Smith. That hits a leg. And here comes Corona now down the left side, up over the blue line, top of the circle. The man in the middle. That's intercepted. And Guevara dumps it in. Here comes Lindsay. Trying to hit Guevara in the middle, just out of his reach. And that's held on to by the goaltender.
I got to apologize. I called him Antonio Blair. It's actually Antonio Bras Taylor. He usually goes by Antonio Taylor. Forgot because he doesn't have his name on his jersey.
I know. What are they doing to us tonight?
But we got Antonio in net tonight for the Corona Aztecs.
Dahlberg right back to Tanganelli. And here comes Corona back the other way up through center, in on the left side, going into the corner. Ingenes bumps his man there. He's got it now, goes around to the other side. Puck along the boards. And Dahlberg picks it up. Tried to fire it through to Tanganelli. That hit something, goes high into the score box. Johnny Shackert had a chance at that. Now, come on, Johnny, you should have had that. Face-off coming in the Coyote zone to the left of Matt Yonke. And that first goal was by Galvin Helvik, and the assist went to Michael Lopez. Here comes Caleb Haynes now. He's a call-up. And behind the goal to the right of the Corona goal. And now Corona comes back the other way, up through the middle. Good pass there. Puck got rolling. Ingenes moves up. Puck goes in deep into the corner. Gauthier has it. He sends it up just. Tanganelli tips it. Goes into the Corona zone. I think that'll be icing. And that'll come all the way back.
I was going to say that should be icing.
Yep. We got Ethan and Cavanis back on D. Face-off coming up to the left of Matt Yonke. Like we got Shackart, Schickling, and Phillips up front for the Coyotes. Phillips has it. Picks it up towards the line, but not out. Good keep there by Corona. That's Duffy there, has it. He fires that in deep into the corner. And Ewert fires it in. Schickling after that, and that is just out of his reach and just far enough for icing. 11.5 minutes remaining here. First period. Face-off coming up in the Coyote zone to the left of Matt Yonke. Plays Scrambly off the draw. Now comes off the left boards. Chipped out. Whoa, big hit there. Here it comes. Shackert fires it in. And a save by the goaltender. What was that? Was that Cavanis took that hit in the corner there?
Yeah, I was just rerunning it. It's just out of frame.
Yeah. Helvig in there now with face off to the right of the Corona goal. Helvig in with Reinhardt on the right and Lopez on the left. This is the tandem that scored earlier in the game. Puck goes right in front of the goal. Reinhardt in there. Kicks it up to Lopez. Lopez has Helvig in front. Hada picked it up. Puck stolen. Reinhardt gets a piece of it, and now Corona picks it up, trying to come up the left side. Puck kept in by Ewert, goes in behind the Corona goal, comes around over the left boards. Not out. Helvig picks it up. He runs into traffic. Puck is loose along the boards, and now it comes up high. Ewert goes across ice to Cavanis. He fires it up to Lopez, tipped into the zone, and Lawrence clears it up to center. Puck bouncing on Helvig. He circles back. And that's stolen. Here comes Corona now. Try to clear it across
He was
ice.
pulled down. I can't believe that's not a penalty.
Comes Reinhardt, hits Lopez up over the line. He dodges a check. Puck goes over to Ewert. He chips it into the corner, then heads off for a change. Adams sends it around on the left side for Corona as they exit the zone. Puck up through center. Lindsay picks it up. He's got Helvig still out there, just out of his reach, and that's offside. Delayed offside as Corona now coming out over the zone. Guevara now out with Lindsay, and Helvig is still out there. Puck goes in around behind. Coming out the left side of Yonke. Lindsay now with it. Hits Helvig coming up the left side over the blue line. Cuts back in towards the middle. Fires a low shot. Blocker save. Goes in behind. Lindsay picks it up right in front. Hits a player and goes to the left side. Comes back to Smith at the point. Fires a nice low shot. That's tipped just to the wide to the corner. And now Corona exits the zone on the right. Into the traffic at center. Gauthier with it now. Circles back. Hits Lindsay at center ice. Lindsay hits Bannon in the middle. Bannon now coming in on the left side, top of the circle. He's got Guevara in front. Puck gets caught up in the back of the net, and we'll have a face-off to the right of the Corona goal. So Bannon out for the draw. He's got Lindsay on his left, Guevara on the right, and we've got Enganez and Gauthier back on D for the Coyotes. Ostrom in for take the draw for Corona to the right of their goal. Two referees, two linesmen in the game tonight. Robinson fires it off the boards and out, and Gauthier back with it through center. Sends it across to Guevara, just over the line, chips it in towards the middle, just out of the reach of Bannon, and Gauthier picks it up again at center, back at his own blue line. Got Lindsay on the left, now Gauthier cuts through the middle, dumps it in behind the goal, going around to the left side. Corona has it now to the right of their goal. Up in the corner, Bannon comes in, Guevara helping out. Guevara, puck in the... There we go. Guevara has it now. Puck bouncing on him. Puck just inside still, and now Corona clears. Gauthier has it. Puck still inside the zone. Here comes Corona in on the right side. Fires from a close angle, and he scores!
Wow, tough angle.
Wow, yeah.
Real sharp angle. Can't believe that went in.
So the game is tied. Here with 8 minutes remaining in the first period.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. I don't know if that got tipped. Maybe Matt Yankee was not quite covering that top corner, which is always difficult. I don't know if it just got lucky, went right in there.
Hey,
Yeah, that was
fire the
a
puck.
small
Good things
flop.
happen. Alberg chasing on the forecheck. Puck gets past Tanganelli. Now he's got it inside the zone. Puck comes to Hada. Hada dumps it out on his backhand. And puck gets inside the Corona zone. Here they come over the blue line in on the left side. Fires it from the circle. Goes around wide and all the way rolls out to center ice. Corona picks it up there at center. That was goal by number 56, Nathan Hancock. Got the sharp angle goal for the Aztec. Cavanis now has it. Dumps it in, and Corona clears it up to center ice area. Puck topped over Schickling's stick. Puck goes to Cavanis in behind. Cavanis to Ewert, sends it around to Schickling. One of the Corona players goes for a dump just before the bench. And here comes Haynes now, sends it through the middle. That was intercepted by Lawrence. And the Aztecs now coming back the other way. And on all alone, fires it in. That goes high over the goal. Cavanis tried to dump it out. Oh, now it does get out, just out. Chase puck going back into the Corona zone, just inside the blue line. And Lawrence will settle it down there, sends it over on the left side to Duffy. Duffy looks to return it. High pass, glove down. Gauthier sends it down into the Aztec zone. Here comes Shackhart, fires it in, save. Puck comes around, gets past Schickling, but good keep just inside. Schickling has it, loses it on the left side, and Corona now exiting their own zone up through center on the left side. Over the blue line, gets squeezed off there. Puck goes into the corner. Ingen is in after it. And here comes Gauthier. He tried to hit Schickling. Schickling now has it up through center. Schickling coming in on the left side, goes into the circle, fires it into the middle. Shackhart, oh, he just got poke checked there. Schickling tries to get it back to him. And Corona sends it up the left side. Up they are now up through center. Crossing the Coyote line, puck rolls into the corner. Gauthier gets there first. He sends it around, but right to the right D-man for Corona. He goes across ice. Picked up there. Puck fired in around behind. Puck goes to the left of Yonke into the corner. Gauthier's going to pick it up there. Clears the zone. Shackhart heads off. Puck goes into Smith, and we have a whistle there. Like it's icing. So 5.5 minutes remaining here, first period, 1-1. Goals by Helvik for the Coyotes and Hancock for Corona. Helvik out for the draw now to the right of the Corona goal. It's out there with Reinhardt and Lopez. Gauthier and Smith back on D. Puck in the corner. Here comes, kept in by Reinhardt. And here comes Corona now, up through center, fired in, right on Yonke. He steers that to the right side. Lopez picks it up, goes in behind his own goal, coming out the left side. He loses it inside the zone. Puck comes across to the middle, high slot. Puck still inside. Lopez circles back, and he tries to hit Helvik coming down the right side. Puck gets just ahead of him, and Corona now has it. Puck kept in, puck fired in, bouncer on goal, and that's going to be held on for a face-off. Which they did a good job just to get that one on goal. Bit of a bouncer in, but those can be some of the toughest ones to stop. So just under 5 minutes remaining here, period number 1. Got Bannon, Lindsay at the top of the circle, Guevara on the right. Cavanis back on D with Ingenez. Dan wins it back. Lindsay back to Ingenez. Oh, he just got off the tip of his stick. He sends it into the corner. Guevara after it. Corona now has it coming out the right side. They send that down the ice, and that is going to go for icing. And that will be coming back into the Aztec zone. Good crowd out tonight for this Saturday night. Duffy in for the draw against Bannon. Or for linesman directing traffic. Bannon wins it over. Lindsay picks it up on the half boards, fires it in, goes in behind the goal. Corona's going to pick it up there, and they clear that all the way down. And this should go for icing, and it does. Cavanis goes down to retrieve it. So we have some travel teammates playing against each other tonight, so that's always interesting and a fun challenge. Face off to the left of the Corona goal. Duffy gets tossed out of the circle. Maw's coming in for his place. He wins it into the corner. Ingenez tried to keep that in, couldn't. Bannon picked it up, dumped it in. Have to clear the zone, and they do. And Corona sends it up on the right side inside the blue line. Runs into traffic there. Ingenez now coming up the right side. Tried to clear it, does. Puck comes back to Lawrence on the blue line for Corona. Oh, that hits Guevara. Here he comes in all alone. Fires it in. Pad save. Lindsay tries to get there. Good stop there by the Corona goaltender. Bannon takes his man in. Lindsay has it. It's it back inside his own zone. Back to Cavan as he goes across ice on the weak side. Guevara tried to pick that up, but that's intercepted. Here comes Corona now. Send it over the open side. Cavanis clears it. Puck goes down. Corona's going to pick it up there inside their own zone. Coming in behind the goal. Castillo sends that high one down the ice, and that's going to roll. I don't know if it's going to make it. It does, as Gauthier took the roundabout way to get there to make sure it crossed the line. Face off to the left of Bross Taylor. Puck cleared out to center. Gauthier picks it up there, retreats, waits for his teammates to clear the zone. Ewert back to Gauthier. Tried to hit Tanganelli with it. That hit a stick. And Ewert has it now in behind. Sends it across ice. Hits Tanganelli. Here he comes now up through center. Up over the blue line, in on the left side, top of the circle. Fires it in. Right on. Puck goes high into the crease area. Dahlberg retrieves it. Tried to center it to Tanganelli. That's intercepted. Now here comes Corona back the other way. 3-on-2. It's intercepted by Gauthier. Dahlberg chasing after it. Corona sends it around to the left side. Tanganelli after it. Tanganelli comes up with the puck. Gets it back to the point to Ewert. He had traffic. Sends it in. Dahlberg gets a chip at her. Oh, right in front of the goal. That was a dangerous bounce. And Bross Taylor is able to corral that one. Puck took an unfortunate bounce off Robinson's shin, right back at him. So with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first period, we have a 1-1 tie. Jackert in for the draw, Schickling on the left, Phillips on the right, Ewert and Gauthier back on D. Jackert picks it up on the left boards. Ooh, he gets dumped by Lawrence, and he's getting up a little slowly. Puck underneath him.
Who was that got pinned?
What's that?
Who was that got pinned in the
Stackert.
corner? Oh,
Stackert.
okay.
Stackert's going off. He'll be replaced by Hilvik.
Straps were headed out of the zone. I was going to ask if they were going to take it out.
Well, now they are taking it.
They are taking it out.
They stopped play because of Campo, which means it has to come out of the zone.
They stopped the play, though, the refs. Campo wasn't stopping it until they forced him out. Puck in there on the half boards by Corona. Shot in. Goes into the right side corner. Puck across the ice, and Helvik tries to pick it up there with one hand. He's got it now, in over the line. Helvik goes into the corner to the right of the goal. Goes in behind now. Got two Aztecs after him. Kicks it up. Phillips trying. We're going to have a penalty coming up to Corona. Helvik has it. Tries to hit it. Lopez. Schickling has it now. Right back in the middle. Helvik off his stick. Ewert has it. And he comes out of the zone. Regroups.
I'm really interested to see what this penalty is. I haven't seen anything dirty. It looked all clean.
Lopez with it. Back to Ewert. Just inside his own line. So the Coyotes have the extra man. Puck goes off Phillips' skate, and Corona picks it up. And we have a penalty coming up. Hooking call.
Oh, they're calling the hooking. Okay. I'm going to see if I caught it on video.
Who
Maybe
took the
not.
penalty?
I don't know. I don't know.
The refs don't know either. They put the wrong guy in the box. First it was Hada, now it is Alstrom. Alstrom going in the box.
I don't want to show them the replay because then they'll see there wasn't an actual penalty.
Helvik, Lopez, Reinhardt up front. We have Ewert and Goche back on D. Face off to the left of Corona goal. Puck kept in. Now Corona clears it, and they send that. Goche is able to send that back to center. Corona now comes in over on the left side, and that is just offside.
So for those tuning in, I am playing with some new scoreboards. I made this one a couple days ago. Give me some feedback. What do you think? Totally different look and feel. More in line with what I'm doing with the travel stuff, but tried to make something special for AHSHA. These high school games.
Looks good, Ben. I like it.
Thanks.
Here comes Ewert. Cross on the left side to Lopez. Just in over the line. Sends it across. Kept in by Ewert. High slot. Right back at the point now. Tried to dump it in. And that's intercepted by Corona. Still inside the line. Puck kept in by Ewert. Puck bouncing on him. Reinhardt tries to take it. And now it's cleared. And it was Carter Ostrom that picked up the hooking penalty. Goche in, fires it. This goes wide. Helvik's going to keep that, and he's covering the right point. And now he brings it out over the line. Lopez has to clear. And yeah, that was at least a foot or so offside. As we'll have a face-off. Just outside the Corona blue line, opposite side of the player bench. Just 10 seconds remaining here in period one. 50 seconds remaining in the penalty to Corona. Face off outside their blue line. There comes Phillips. Got 5 seconds. Fires it in, right on, and that's held on, and we still got 2.6 remaining. So still time for a play off the draw. It'll have to be quick, though. Jackart's back out on the ice, so that's good to see. Puck comes to the side, and then the buzzer goes. So at the end of one period, it's 1-1 tie. We'll be back with period number 2 with the Coyotes on the power play for 40 seconds in just a moment. And we're getting ready to start period number 2. 15 minutes on the clock. Shots in the first period, 14 by the Coyotes, 5 by Corona. And the goals were by Coyotes, Galvin Helvik, and from Corona, Nathan Hancock. Coyotes on the power play, but Corona has it inside their line. Jackert now picks it up, coming up over center, in on the left side, and over the blue line, and it looks like Lindsay might have been just offside. Or Phillips, rather. Looks like they're bringing the face-off over on the far side. Puck comes back to Gauthier. He just fires it in deep, goes in around behind the goal to the left of the goal. Bannon chips it in, puck into the circle area. Puck comes back to Ewert. He goes across to Gauthier, top of the circle, fires it towards the goal. Tip right in front. Comes back to Ewert, able to keep that in with a skate. Tips it into Phillips. Phillips, he brings it back up high, up to the blue line. Cuts back in deep again, top of the circle. Sends it in behind to Shakart, right in front. Just missed Gauthier. Penalty is over. Ewert now with it. He's forced back into his own zone. And he picks that up. A good pick by Corona. Garcia has it. It turns it back. Phillips now picks it up in his own zone. Shakart going deep. Pass off the boards, but hits the referee. Otherwise, Shakart would have been away. Ewert now with it. Sends it up the middle. Shakart over to Phillips. Phillips sends it in. Saved by goaltender. And Corona sends it up the right side. Back over to Cavanis. Up through the middle. Here comes Helvik. Good speed coming through the middle. Fires the shot in. That's blocked. Goes in behind. Reinhardt with it. Back to Helvik. Cross. One-timer. Shot by Lopez. Good save. Lopez picks it up again. Cutting through the middle, and he loses it. Puck goes off Smith's skate into his own zone, and he'll retrieve it there as Corona's making a couple of player changes. Cross ice to Cavanis. Cavanis, dangerous pass through the middle. Reinhardt picks it up. Here comes Reinhardt. He's got Lopez trailing. Sends it over to Lopez. Lopez moves in and fires it in. Nice low save. Puck comes right in front. Puck is loose. Helvik fires it. That hits something, goes into the corner. Reinhardt's in there with it. Lopez now with it. Dumps it back to Helvik. Helvik fires it. Pad save. Goes in behind. Lopez with it. Dodges a check. Puck goes in behind. Puck on the half boards now. Helvik picks it up. And Corona tries to dump it out. Helvik comes up with it. Stick handling. Tried to hit the right D-man. Smith clears the zone now. And Reinhardt has it. He sends it over on the left side to Cavanis. He just dumps it into the corner. Lawrence goes after it and picks it up behind the goal. Puck kept in. Still just inside the line. Now Corona clears it. Lindsay steals that. Lindsay now sends it in over the blue line. Tried to hit Helvik with it. Helvik's now going off for change. And that comes down for icing. So play a bit scrambly there. A couple of good chances, though, by the Coyotes. Just over 12 minutes remaining here in period number 2. Face off to the right of Bross Taylor. And it's out there again with Lindsay and Guevara. Comes back to Lindsay, back to Gauthier. Left point, fired a low shot in. That hits something, goes to the far side. Puck still in. Somebody lost their stick. Somebody broke their stick. Comes Bannon now on his backhand, goes towards the goal, right in front. Lindsay tried to connect. And Corona clears it down. Here they come in now on the left side over the blue line, cutting through the middle. Fires it in off Gauthier into the corner. Duffy with it, sends it around behind the goal to the right of Yankee. Ingen is after it there. There's a puck up to Guevara. Guevara, he takes a bump into the boards. Bannon picks it up on the left side. He circles back into his zone, back over to Ingenez. Ingenez chips it up to Guevara, out over the line. And that rolls down into the Corona zone, but will not go for icing. Corona sends it back up the left side. Gauthier picks it up there. Back into his own zone and tried to hit Schickling up the middle. That just failed to connect. That was tipped. I thought they were giving the tip sign. But anyways, looks like they're calling that for icing. As they clear up a little bit of the debris from the broken stick. Face-off coming out to the left of Matt Yonke. Shackard in for the draw. He's out there with Phillips and Schickling. Got the draw right in off the side of the goal. Puck goes still in the left corner. Now it comes around. Schickling fires it around. Kept in by Lawrence. Lawrence sends it back into Sma. Smith picks it up there. Puck goes on to the left side. Schickling and Kavanaugh there after. Now comes back the other way. Smith after there. He's got Phillips up on the side. He takes a heavy hit. Here comes Shackart now up through the middle. Schickling trailer. Shackart tried to dump it across to Phillips. Intercepted by Corona. And here they come now down the right side. Cavanis and Smith back. Corona fires it on. Oh,
And it's in.
It trickles in.
Wow, that was strange.
That was the strangest goal that I've seen in a long time.
I think it
Did they
bounced
get it?
off the boards,
I don't know.
up and over the top.
I just saw it go high.
Matt Yankee tried to catch it out of the air and slipped out of his glove.
Yeah, and in behind him, and it just literally just rolled over the line.
On the replay on it.
Wow.
That was strange.
Yeah.
Off the boards?
No, well, it
It went off the boards and up high.
yeah, off the boards, up high, and then
I thought
yeah,
he had it in his
it's like
glove, and then it must have rolled out of his glove.
it
Yeah.
came out of his glove or something. I don't know. I want to watch it on a bigger screen.
That
Normally
was a
I
strange
can-
one.
Yeah, normally I can jump in and I can predict when
Dusty
shots
fires it in right off the crossbar.
like that. I get a better view. But that one I was not expecting to go in, so I didn't jump to the close-up.
Corona getting some pressure on here. Ewert now tried to clear it. That hit a stick, bounced to Goche. Goche takes a hit, still has it. Up over the center line, up over the blue line now. Moves in, top of the circle, fires it in. That goes wide. And that rolls all the way out. And here comes Corona now, coming down the left side, heading into the middle. Dahlberg picks that up. Ewert now coming out the left side. Off the boards and out to Hanganelli. He tips it up through center ice. And Lawrence now has it for Aztecs. Ewert chasing after it, and that is icing on Corona.
Watching that bank shot again. That was straight off the post.
Yes, that had a good ring to it.
That was square off the post.
So it was Zachary Sma that got that second Corona goal. I'm sure he can tell us how it went in.
Yeah.
I'll go on his highlight reel.
Yep. Helvig now with it in the corner. Sends it in behind the goal. Puck kept in. Lopez across to Reinhardt. Reinhardt tried to center it. Puck goes back into the corner. Helvig has got Lopez in front. Right through the middle. Lopez picks it up behind. He's knocked down. Helvig has it. Helvig still has it. He goes in behind. Going to be a penalty coming up to Corona. Puck fired in off a leg. Goes into the corner. Lopez picks it up. He's still got it. And now it's touched by Corona. And they will be sending someone into the box. Tripping call. Tripping
Looks
call.
like Cash Adams going into the box. I think I know what they're calling. It was behind the net. Really didn't look like a trip to me. It looked like a little bump, and then he tripped.
Face off to the right of the Corona goal. Comes back to Goche. Goche sends it across to Ewert. Ewert dumps it into Reinhardt. He loses an edge, and Corona picks it up. Oh, good keep there by Lopez. Reinhardt has it. Sends it across. Puck fired in. Right in front. Reinhardt has it. Helvig's in the middle. Right across to Lopez. One-timer. Went wide. Back to Lopez. Back into Helvig in behind. He's got Reinhardt in front. Puck comes back off the boards to Ewert on the right point. Skates into the middle. Sends it over to Goche. He moves in. Fires a low one in. That goes wide. Comes into Helvig. Back to Ewert, and he wasn't quite ready, and it goes past him. Yonke out just to settle it down. Lets Ewert take it. And just over a minute remaining in the penalty. Helvig now coming up the right side. Sends it back over to Ewert. Ewert just coming out through over zone blue line up through center. Sends it over to Goche. Goche now coming in on the right side. On his backhand, just dumps it into the corner. Picks up his own pass. Has it in behind. Tries to stuff it. Sends it back to Ewert. Ewert back to the blue line. Low shot in. Puck goes into the corner where Helvik will pick it up. Need a point man over there, and Corona's able to clear it down all the way. Ewert after it. Both teams changing. 30 seconds remaining. Ewert sends it up to Helvik. Helvik cutting through his own zone now. Over the blue line. Got Lopez there. He takes it in. Helvik still has it. Dumps it back to Lopez. Lopez to Goche. Fired it. Off a leg into the corner. Schickling has it. Sends it around in behind. And that's gloved by Corona goaltender, and with just 11 seconds remaining in the penalty to Adams. Face off to the left of the Corona goal. Shackard in for the draw, Schickling on the left. Shackard out to Schickling, right on. Phillips fired it. Somehow that didn't go in. Phillips has it in behind. Back to Shackard. Tried to hit Schickling, and Corona picks it up. Both teams at full strength. Puck rolling down into the Coyote zone. Smith chasing after it, and that is icing. As the penalty expires, both teams at full strength. So good job by Corona killing off that power play. Shackard in for the draw to the left of the Corona goal. Puck comes back. Smith keeps it in. Shackard tips it over to Schickling, fires it. That's blocked, goes into the corner. Puck right in the middle. Here comes Corona now up the right side. And on Cavanes. Brings back by Lawrence. Lawrence has it. Sends it across far side. One-timer. Duffy. Bad save. Players battling for it along the boards. Phillips has it in his skates. Rolls back in. Smith picks it up. Chips it in behind the goal. Cavanis goes after it. He's got Garcia on him. Right to the middle. Oh, and that went off Smith's stick high over the goal. As that was a good opportunity there by Corona. Six minutes remaining here, period number 2. Corona with a 2-1 lead. Face off to the left of Yankee. And it kicks it up to Lindsay. Lindsay now coming up over his own blue line, up through center, up over the Corona line. Puck rolls into just behind the goal. The scramble there. Lawrence now. Gets it up over the blue line. Here comes Corona. Puck popped back out. Corona has to clear the zone. They dump it high into the air, and that's onside now. Ingen is chasing back after it. Coming out the left side, he gets bounced. Lindsay tries to clear it, but kept in by Corona. Cutting through the middle, right into the slot, right in. Oh, good play there. Nice stop by Yankee. Corona still has it in. Send it back to the point. Move up on him. Don't back in. Duffy has it. A couple of guys right in front. Puck bounces in through the crease area. A couple of Coyotes collide. And now the puck goes down the Corona zone, and that should be icing. And is. So with 5 minutes exactly remaining in period 2, we have a face-off coming up to the left of Matt Yankee. Coyotes trailing 2-1. Corona, I think it was Duffy, just able to just dodge right through. Players were backing up, and he was making some nice moves and got a real nice scoring chance. Anganelli takes the draw, comes back, the point, just outside. Players clear the zone and now goes back into the Corona zone where they regroup. They try to hit a man up through the middle, and that goes all the way down for icing. There'll be a face-off in the Corona zone to the left of their goal. Back to Cavaness, fires it right on. Corona now up over the line. Dahlberg reverses back to Cavaness. Tips it up through the middle. Tried to hit Haynes with it. That's intercepted. Cavaness has it again. Here he comes all by himself now, coming up through the middle. That's in. Fires it on. Rebound. Goes into the corner. Right back in front to Ewert. He gets knocked down. Puck comes back and clears the zone as Lopez is back covering on D. Tickling goes off. Puck comes out to Helvik. Chips it over to Smith. Here comes Smith now. In over the line on the left side into the corner. Circles back. He still has it. Oh, tried to hit Tanganelli in front. That was intercepted. And here comes Corona now back with 3.5 minutes remaining. Helvik picks it up. Back to Lopez. He's still back on D covering. And puck is cleared into the zone where Smith will pick it up on the left side. Goes down. Corona comes up, man, right in front. Ironheart gets a stick on that. Back to the right point, kept in, right in front. Fired just wide. Lopez has it. He sends it across over to Ewert. Ewert now up through center, coming in on the right side over the blue line. Into the circle, goes in behind. Gets Goche back at the D, fires that one in, and right into the glove of Taylor Boss. Lopez was taking a break. He played half that shift back on D.
I do want to throw out a quick disclaimer. I don't know what the scorekeeper's doing with the shots on net. They seem to be giving Campo credit for Aztec shots and vice versa. It's been inconsistent, so.
Are you keeping track at all, or?
I since we've got it in the rink, and that'll be what becomes official.
I gotcha. Yeah. Phillips fired in. He scores right in front. Reed Phillips in the slot area had an opening, and he made no mistake. And we are tied here at 2 with just over about 2.5 minutes remaining here in period number 2. So 2 goals in the first, 2 so far here in the second. 2-2 tie. Puck bounces into the Coyote goal to the left of Yankee. Goche picks it up there. Goche still has it up over his own blue line now, picking up speed. Got Phillips on the right side, fires it in, and that's held on by Boss Taylor. Or is it Taylor Boss?
Bross Taylor.
Boss Taylor.
Yep. Antonio Bross Taylor.
There we go. I should just stick with Antonio. Helvik in for the draw. Given the goal to Reed Phillips, that was clear. I couldn't quite catch who passed it out, but they haven't added any assists yet. Back to Goche, left point, he moves in, fires it right in front, Reinhardt there. Puck in the corner, back to Goche, pats his stick, Helvik covering, moves to the middle, sends it over, pass Ingenez, puck goes into the corner. Ingenez comes out with it, dumps it short side, and that's covered up by Antonio. Coyotes are full line change here. So we'll have a face-off with just under 2 minutes here in period 2. Bannon comes out with Guevara and Lindsay. Lindsay on the left, Guevara on the right. Smith and Cavaness back on D. Comes back to Smith. Smith, low shot. Oh, that was almost tipped by Lindsay. Here comes Corona now. They send a long one down, and that's going to go into the zone, and that'll be icing, but doesn't quite make it. Smith sends it around and steers his man off. Guevara picks it up, sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay on the left side. He's met at the blue line. Puck now cleared back to Cavanis. He fires it back in, right on goal. Where is it? Where is it? Goalie doesn't know. It's to the right. He doesn't
It's
see
still
it.
loose.
Still loose. And why do we have a whistle? Why do we have the whistle? Somebody's getting a penalty.
They're going to take it to the
We
other
have
end.
to. It has to be a penalty to us. We had the puck, did we not?
They're not opening the door. I'm looking to see if...
Why? First of all, why did the whistle go? Second of all, why is the puck coming down on this end? Puck was clearly loose.
Yeah.
Mysteries. Mysteries continue. Shackard in for the draw to the left of Yonke. Comes back to Schickling. He loses it in behind. Jack Hartley turns it to Schickling. Here he comes now, up a rolling blue line, up through center. He's got Phillips with him. Intercepted by Corona. A minute remaining. Here they come up over center. And on the left side, good work there by Jackert to keep that out. Corona tries to come over center, running into traffic. Puck along the boards, comes back to Ewert. Ewert, tried to clear it. That was intercepted. Luckily, Cavanis gets back, and now into the left of Yonke, off the boards over to Shackart. Shackart up the middle to Schickling. He's got a break. Puck rolling on him, though. Schickling coming right in. Fires it. Puck goes, he has it in the corner. Tried to center it. Puck goes high. Corona chips it out, and here they come now down. 2-on-1. Cavanis back. Top of the circle. Fires it in. Yonke stops that. Puck rolls into the corner. Ewert bumps his man there. Puck comes into the middle. Phillips fires it out off Schickling's stick. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Comes right to Antonio, and he steers that over to the left side. And here comes Corona. 12 seconds remaining. They dump it in, and that'll go for icing. Well, no, they waved that off. One had his arm up. The other waved it off. And they just let time expire with the puck behind the goal. And after 2, it's all tied at 2. We'll be back with the third in just a moment. All right, we're getting ready to start period number 3. At least according to the timekeeper, the shots are 28-10 in favor of the Coyotes, 14-5 in that period. They did add an assist, a couple of assists to Phillips' goal to Shackhart and Schickling. So we are tied at 2. Puck rolling into Corona zone. Lawrence sends it up onto the right side. Comes Garcia now up over his own blue line. Tries to hit Duppy with it. Intercepted. Goes into the corner where Ewert sends it over to Gauthier. Gauthier tried to hit Dahlberg with it. He lost his stick, now has it again. So it's been a very tight game. Nobody's had more than a 1-goal lead.
Well, I think if you're looking at who ran the Who owned the puck? Who owned the period? I'd say Aztecs, even though Coyotes scored on that. Aztecs controlled most of
A lot
that.
of the play, yep. They did a good job killing penalties as well.
Yeah.
Here comes Tanganelli now, and on the right side, he's got Haynes going for the goal. Tanganelli bounced in there by Lawrence. Lindsay comes in to help. Oh, Goche bounces his man there. Puck comes in. Coyotes have to clear.
Offside. They're calling offside.
Yeah, but they cleared the zone.
He's saying that somebody didn't get one of their skates out.
There was a blade left in there.
I don't think I saw it. I definitely didn't see it, but that's what he's calling offside.
I ran the replay and didn't see it, so I don't know.
Regardless, face off outside the zone. Here comes Cavanis up to Lindsay. Lindsay dumps it in, hits the referee in the skates. He gets it back, puck to the middle of the goal. Corona now. Hada has it in behind. Comes out the left side. Aztecs now in over the line. Bannon bumps his man down there. And here comes Coyotes back. Lindsay with it, dodges around a man. Puck's over the line. Corona controlling it though. Hada has it, going out, coming out the left side. Puck kept in. No, now it's cleared. Bannon checks his man. Puck a little loose at center. Now Hada has it, and back in his own zone, coming out the right side. Sends it up to number 3. Oh, he overskates it. Lindsay dumps it back in. Hada kicks that from his skate up to his stick, and now Corona bounces it over to the player's side. And puck is just inside Corona's zone. Hada now with it inside his own blue line. He starts skating up over his line, dumps it into the middle, picked up by Reinhardt. Gets it around him, puck rolling. He's got Helvig in the middle. And we are going to have a penalty, I think, against Smith. Let's see what the call is here.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's a tripping call.
See, it must have happened behind the play.
I actually saw Smith go down, but he's getting the penalty. Face off to the right of Matt Yonke. Verona on the power play with 12.5 minutes remaining, period number 3, 2-2 tie. Good opportunity here. Verona has it in the corner, back up from the half boards. Cut in through the middle, send it across ice into the corner. Higgins bumps his man into the corner, and the puck is cleared down the zone. We've got Reinhardt and Lopez up killing for the Coyotes. Lawrence with it for Corona and behind his goal. We've got Inganez and Ewert back on D for the Coyotes. And here comes Corona down, up off the boards into the Coyote zone. Goes into the corner. Right in front. And he got it in. Short side. Must have just chipped it over the pads because Yankee had the pads down. And that is a power play goal for Corona.
He actually, so he didn't have his foot pressed against the post.
Oh, went between the post and the foot. I
Yep.
thought his pad was down.
Yeah, his pad was down. He didn't have his right leg locked against the post.
So Corona with the power play goal takes the 3-2 lead. So we'll see if the pattern can continue with teams trading off goals. Corona gets the first one here in the third. Goche now with it. Off the boards and out. Castillo now has it. And here comes Corona now up through center. Puck bounces high at center ice. There comes Corona over the line on the right side, cutting him through the middle. Puck goes over the left side. Good keep there. In on the half boards. Cavanis takes his man in. Puck goes into the corner. Corona trying to dig it out. Chickley now has it. Sends it across. Here comes Goche up through the middle, up over the blue line, coming in on the left side. Into the circle, fires it in off the side of the goal. Goche tries to jam it short side. And there was a sliver of space there, but Antonio was able to hold on to that one. So face-off coming up in the Corona zone. They're leading 3-2. Helvig's up there with Lopez and Reinhardt. Comes back to Ewert. Goes across. That was intercepted. She gets it back to Ewert. Ewert inside his own zone. Goes across ice to Lopez. Lopez now up over the line. Overskated the puck into Helvig. Referee goes down. Linesman actually. Puck in the corner. Helvig still has it. He chips it over to the right side. Goche's all the way in. Lopez back on D. Ewert tipped right in front. Oh, that just missed. Referee linesman getting in the way again there. On the other side this time. And puck just inside the line. Back to Hada. He just tried to dump it out. Good keep there by Ewert. Ewert sends it across to Helvig on the left. Fires it in. Just over the goal. Puck comes around and a good keep by Ewert. He dumps it back in deep. Adams tries to chop that down. Hada there sends it around and that will clear as and it's right in the referee's skates again. Back to Ewert. Back at his own blue line. Hada after it. Tries to send that around. Helvig has it. Chips it back to Lopez. Lopez, a couple of men in front. Helvig sends it across. Back to Ewert. Ewert sends it over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt, top of the circle, fires it in. Puck, good save there. Ewert trying to get a hold of it. And here comes Corona cutting in through the middle. Fires it in. Pad save. Puck goes into the corner.
Wow.
Right on. Another save by Yankee. And here comes Goche now. Goche coming up through the middle, up over center. Got Lopez with them, and that goes off a stick high over the glass and into the netting.
The Aztecs got 3 shots off on that one drive.
Yeah, Yankee standing tall in that one. Face off to the right of Antonio in the Corona goal. Jackart gets it into the corner. Puck comes back. Can't keep it in it and goes back into the Kaizoni goal zone. Both teams at full strength. Cavanis in behind his goal. 9 minutes remaining in the period. Here comes Schickling now up through the middle. He loses it. And here comes Corona now. Fires it in, top of the circle. Pad save, Yankee. Cavanis with it in the corner. Couple of Corona players in there. And here comes Shackart with it, coming out the right side. To Phillips. Can't get over the blue line. He dumps it back. Inganez fires it up to Shackart. Shackart back to Phillips. Phillips cutting in. Circle, fires it in. Pad save, comes over to Schickling. Schickling with it. He's got it in behind. Right across. Oh, just out of the reach of Phillips. Phillips tips it back to Inganez. Inganez, low shot, right on, pad save. Puck is bouncing. Schickling gets a swipe at it. That hits a player, and here comes Corona back on the right side, up through center now, cutting over to the left side, up over the blue line, getting back into the middle. Gets checked there. Puck still loose, and now here comes Shackart back the other way. He tips it up there to Schickling. Schickling coming in on the left side. He's running out of real estate. Fires it short side. Where is it? To the left of the goal. Lawrence picks it up. Somehow that got through Antonio, but just to the side of the goal. Here comes Corona trying to clear it. Dahlberg now with it up over the line. And we're going to have a penalty to Corona as Dahlberg gets taken down just inside the blue line.
Look from Corona is going out. Chris, did you see who Who got called on that? From Corona?
I did not. I did not see the penalty. I need to see the replay.
Ebert's pass was deflected.
Number 3. Yep.
Helvig tips it over to Lopez. Lopez to Reinhardt, fires it in just over the goal. Puck goes into the corner. Reinhardt picks it up there. Got Lopez back in the corner. Lopez fired across to Helvig. He couldn't control it. He has it back now, though. Sends it back to Ewert. Sends it back into Helvig. Helvig with it. Cutting through on his backhand to Reinhardt. One timer just over the goal. Lopez picks it up. Coyotes on the power play. Reinhardt has it. Fires it right in. Puck in front. And Antonio picks that one off. And we got a little bit of rough stuff going on here. Robinson and Gauthier.
We're going to have 2 go off now?
Yeah, looks like we got coincidentals. Good battle in front. We'll have a face-off to the left of Antonio.
Coyotes still on the power play.
Yep, those are coincidentals, so still a minute 17 in the original penalty. Helvig moves in for the draw. Reinhardt and Lopez up front as well. We got Ewert and Cavanis back on D. Otta, Duffy, Sma out there for Corona. Puck comes back to Ewert. He moves in. Low shot. Right on. Oh, that almost got tipped in. Helvig has it and the net is off.
Yeah, that got bumped way off. And it wasn't even the goalie that bumped it.
Helvig in for the draw. Face off to the right of the Corona goal. Helvig wins it all the way back over the blue line where Cavanis picks up, goes across ice to Ewert. Ewert tries to hit Helvig. That misses, and puck goes in. Hada picks it up off the boards and out. Ewert picks that up at center, regroups. Sends it across ice. Here comes Cavanis now. Coming in into the circle, fires it in. Arm saved by Antonio. Lopez in the corner. Needs a little bit of help. Helvig dumps it out just to the side of the goal. He's got it coming out the left side. Sends it back over to Reinhardt. Fires it in right on. And Antonio's there with Cavanis right in front, waiting for a rebound, which never came. 26 seconds remaining in the Coyote power play. They change their lineup. So we got Shackhart, Phillips, and Bannon, and Ewert and Cavanis back on D. Face off to the left of the Corona goal. Phillips gets it back to the point. Phillips has it again on the half boards. Dumps it back into the corner. Puck in behind the goal. Shackhart picks it up. Puck stuck along the boards there. Shackhart digs it out. And Corona Adams has it now. Both teams at full strength. That killed the penalty. And puck is fired deep, and that'll go for icing against Corona. So with 5.5 minutes remaining here, period 3, Corona with the 1-goal lead, 3-2. Face off to the left of their goal. Olberg gets knocked out of the circle. Tanganelli comes in. Seen that a couple of times tonight with different players. Corona now has it in behind the goal, coming out the right side. Fire the puck across ice. Comes into the Coyotes' zone, bouncing into the corner. Ingenez in there with his man. Dahlberg picks it up. He reverses behind his own goal. Tries to get it up to Haynes. Haynes chipped it up through the middle. Panganelli. Puck just kept in by Corona. Puck goes in behind. Smith goes after it. Smith sends it around over to Haynes. Haynes tipped it into the middle. Puck didn't clear though. There comes Corona. Top of the circle. Takes a swipe at it. Steered to the side by Yonke. Panganelli tried to get it out. Puck still along the boards. Dahlberg picks it up. Dahlberg now and behind the goal. Sends it around to Haynes. Haynes fires it back to the point. Kept in. Now it's chipped out. Puck rolling. Panganelli after it. He can't get there. Lawrence gets there ahead of him. Lawrence back into the corner. Puck right out in front. Lindsay tried to get it. Panganelli just pokes off the end of his stick. And Lawrence has it again. He fires it up through the middle. Haynes bounced off his leg, and here comes Corona up over the blue line. Haynes comes up with it and tips it over to Lindsay. Lindsay over skates it. Play very scrambly here through the center ice area. And we have a penalty coming up. Flashing call. Looks like it might be going to Corona, number 83.
Yep.
Hardison, yeah, I didn't see that either.
Play was really scrambly through that, between the blue lines there.
Nope.
A lot of puck bouncing. And so we have a face-off to the right of the Corona goal. Helvik and Lopez and Schickling up front. Lopez back to Cavanis. Cross ice to Eward. Eward on the right point, fires it in. That hits the leg. Good keep in there by Cavanis. He just dumps it in. Schickling has it in his skates. Puck chipped out. Now Corona clears. Just over the blue line. Schickling has it though. Back in over the line. Moves to the middle. He loses it. Good check there by Hada. Puck goes in behind Yonke's goal as he sets it up there for Ewart. 3.5 minutes remaining here, third period. Time becoming a factor for the Coyotes. Corona back to the right D. They are shorthanded. Fired into the corner. Helvik now picks it up on the half boards and goes back into his own zone. He tries to hit Schickling and does. Up through the middle. Schickling. Oh, good check by Hada. Ewart tried to hit across ice to Schickling. Ewart with it. Dumps it back into Lopez. Schickling far side. Puck comes into the slot. Schickling with it. Fires it. That hits Hada. Hada steers it to the side. Adams picks it up there. Here he comes now up over his own blue line. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty to Corona. Bannon picks it up behind his own goal. So to the reach of Ewart. Here comes Lopez. He loses it on the half boards. Puck goes back into the Campo zone. Right into the circle. Fires it in. Yonke the save, and he holds on. And we'll have a face-off with 24 seconds remaining in the penalty to Corona. Coyotes haven't really had too many great opportunities on this power play.
Aiden Hada playing really excellent tonight.
That last shift in particular, he had some really good stops.
Yeah, standing out for Corona tonight, which we really need that because honestly, yeah, maybe I'm biased, but Corona, this looks like just about our worst game of the season so far. Very unsettled, very disorganized.
Ewart picks it up now in his own zone. They are on the power play for another 15 seconds. Reinhardt back up to Schackhart. Schackhart tried to hit Phillips with it. Phillips now picks it up. He's got Shack back on behind the goal on the other side. Reinhardt comes in with it. Steele sends it around. Ewart's going to keep that in. Full strength. Both teams at full strength. Corona trying to clear the zone. They do. They send it all the way down, and that'll be icing with 1:54 remaining in the third period.
So I'm going to keep an eye on Coyotes goalie, Yankee, and see if we're down to less than 2 minutes. Are they going to pull him?
So we have Dahlberg out, face off to the left of Corona goal. Dahlberg, Tanganelli, and Haynes, and Cavanis and Goche back on D. Dahlberg wins it cleanly. Back to Cavanis, fires it in, pad save, Antonio, and puck goes high over the glass. We'll have a face off again, deep in the Corona zone. Same spot all over again, minute 50 remaining. Dahlberg won that last one cleanly. Wins it again. Haynes tried to get it. Picks it up. Got Tanganelli in front. Dahlberg has it in the corner. Gets it back to the point. Cavanis sends it, wraps it around. Corona's going to pick it up there. They send it far off the boards and out. Goche chips it back. Corona back in their own zone inside the blue line. Hada sent it across ice.
Offside.
Corona, yep, just stepped offside. Minute 25 remaining now, third period. Both teams at full strength. Helvik comes out with Lopez and Phillips. Lines changing up a little bit here. Smith now with it in his own zone. Comes up to Phillips, off the boards and out to Helvik. Passed him into the Corona zone. Corona wraps it all the way around. Lopez comes in to intercept that.
Yankee not posturing at all.
Minute remaining. Puck goes in behind the goal. Helvik in after it with Hada. Helvik has it. Yankee still in goal. Comes to Smith. Fires that just to the right of the goal. Lopez picks it up. Fires it in off Phillips. This goes wide. He gets bumped in behind. Hada taking him out.
Yankee
Corona
out.
sends it around. Yankee's out. Cavanis fires it across. That's intercepted.
Ew, it's dangerous.
Corona now coming down the left side, and that is still inside the zone. Empty net. Corona still with the puck. Fires it in, and he scores. And that will make it 4-2 with 28 seconds remaining. Coyotes had the goaltender pulled for the extra attacker and were able to control the puck.
Nice work, Aztec. Sorry to all my Campo Verde friends. This was a tough slog.
It was.
This is a good, tough game.
Yep.
I would say Campo dominated much of the first period, but after that, Aztecs slowly and steadily kept rising and rising.
Goes into the corner, 19 seconds remaining. Yankee back in goal for Coyotes. Reinhardt with it. It's going to come out, try to backhand short side, and Antonio's having none of that as he picks it up with his glove.
There were definitely periods of play where, extended periods of time where the Aztecs controlled the game.
Yeah, for sure. Not so much in the first period, but second and third, yes. Doesn't look like that with shots on goal, though.
No.
Well, that's still a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that goal, that last Aztec goal, the scorekeeper gave Campo
Okay.
The shot.
the shot. That
Getting the
is
button
final.
fixed up. Yeah.
I think it might have been Johnny Shackert in the box right next to her, helping the
He had something to do with
scorekeeper,
it.
telling him how to push the buttons.
Yeah. That's a good point, Chris. We can ask him when he comes around. So Corona gets a 4-2 lead, 4-2 win rather, and they will move ahead of Campo in the standings. Tough game though, yeah. Well fought by both teams. Good battles. And we will see you next time. Thanks for joining. Good crowd out tonight as well.
And stay tuned for our highlights. Thanks for watching.